Legendary status. Vic XL, Sam Pisa, aka TF. Where y'all gonna learn, man? You can't stop what's inevitable. It's the incredible. PZ, AKTF, dropping jewels, but they edible. I ate my vegetables, but he ate my spinach. Riding with Vic again, so no, we ain't finished. Legendary status, so no, you cannot copy. Riding dirty radio, so crispy, also sloppy. Instant to the street, so we know just what is needed. But keep it underground, staying down, cause we ain't greedy. This is where you find what is popping for the culture, where we keeping it all fresh and stay away from all the vultures. No scavengers here, just keeping it real. Vic got it out the mud, but it's still so clear. So sit back, relax, and just let us lead you. If you trolling for no reason, then we don't need you. It's Vic XL, he can't be stopped. Riding dirty forever, the home of real hip hop. Ride dirty, dog, and y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. Ride dirty, dog, and y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. It's the incredible. PZ, AKTF, dropping jewels, but they edible. I ate my vegetables, but he ate my spinach. Riding with Vic again, so no, we ain't finished. Legendary status, so no, you cannot copy. Riding dirty radio, so crispy, also sloppy. Instant to the street, so we know just what is needed. Keep it underground, staying down, cause we ain't greedy. This is where you find what is popping for the culture, where we keeping it all fresh and stay away from all the vultures. No scavengers here, just keeping it real. Vic got it out the mud, but it's still so clear. So sit back, relax, and just let us lead you. If you're trolling for no reason, then we don't need you. It's Vic XL, he can't be stopped. Riding dirty forever, the home of real hip hop. Ride dirty, dog, and y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. Ride dirty, dog, and y'all can't harm me. I'm living fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Vic XL. This is the Riding Dirty Show, where we bridge the gap between hip-hop and everyday life, man. Let's get into it. I got to start the show off by saying one time for the good people over at WRFG 89.3 FM Atlanta, our FM radio home for the past 15 plus years. Always check us out Thursday night, Friday morning from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. Okay? I also got to say one time for good people over at Live365.com. Live365.com is the internet's oldest and longest running internet radio station portal. All right? We are pleased to announce that last year we partnered up with Live365.com and launched our very own internet radio station. All right? Ride 95. All right, now, media-based tracking internet radio station to be exact. Now, the way to access our station is easy. All you got to do is visit the Live365.com site. Go to the search engine where they have over 2,000 radio stations. Type in Ride 95, and that's spelled R-I-D-E, the number 9. The number 5, click on our station logo, and you'll have music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, if you want to check us out via your mobile device, it's also just as easy. All you got to do is download the Live365 app. Go into the search engine, type in Ride 95, that's R-I-D-E, the number 9, the number 5. Click on our station logo, and again, music 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We got some dope original programming and some of the best music money can buy. All right? All right, so please check us out. Also, man, I got to say one time for our amazing sponsors. We got 4 sponsors. I also always want you and encourage you to check them out. One time for Liquor Lollipops. Liquor Lollipops is a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage. They have over 15 delicious flavors designed to get your taste buds drunk. Visit them at liquorlollipops.com. Also, one time for J. Lawson Music Group. J. Lawson Music Group is one of Atlanta's quickest rising independent music labels. All right, they have the supergroup Fulton County, which features Kilo Ali, Mr. Flamboyant, and DJ Chaz. Check them out on Facebook at jlawsonmusicgroup.com. Also, one time for El Carnel Michelada Mix. All right, they have the best homemade michelada mix and gummies this side of the border. Make sure you check them out. Check them out on Facebook at El Carnel Michelada Mix. And last but not least, one time for the good people over at 100 Band Run Luxury Clothing. All right? Luxury clothing brought to you by the Burning 50. Visit them at their brand new website, 100, and that's 100bandrun.com. All right? Now, when you check out our sponsors, be sure to let them know that Vic Excel definitely told you to check them out, to log in, and it'll be all good in the hood. All right? Ladies and boys and girls, now you know it's time for me to get to what I enjoy doing most. And that's talking to the people on the street. That's talking to the movers, the shakers, the people that are changing our culture. Whether it's through arts, entertainment, music, philanthropism, entrepreneurship, religion, this platform and this show is for those people who are definitely making a difference. And tonight is no different than any other night on the show. So welcome to the Riding Dirty platform, rapper Adrian Sky. What's going on, my G?
What's going on, Riding Dirty, man? I gotta tell you, man, this is cool right now, man, because I'm on the radio. I wish I would have told my pops, man, because he's been waiting on this moment. You know what I'm saying? He's been waiting on this moment. So I'm happy that you brought me here, man. Let's get into it.
All right, man, look, first thing I always like to humbly say to everyone that sits on this platform and discusses their life, and we take that walk, that journey in their life, is I'm humbly appreciative of you taking the time to sit down and talk to me.
Yes, sir. That's love each way. Peace, brother. Definitely peace to be for both ways, man.
All right, so, man, let's get into it. Adrian Sky, the first thing I want you to do is tell the people where Adrian Sky is from, and when did you realize that you had a certain skill set that could introduce you to the world in this music business?
Okay, that is such a loaded question, man, but I'm going to have to keep it all the way 100 with you. My parents met in Orlando, Florida, so that's where home is for me, right? My father joined the military, so he got stationed up in North Carolina. That's the answer to the second part of your question. I learned how to rap in North Carolina, right, which is J. Cole, right up the street type rapping, right? Okay. When I come down to Florida, it's created this new sound that's really got me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm rapping for real over this new sound coming out of Orlando, and it's great. When I came down here to maybe go into one of these schools, maybe go the Disney route, you know, because I kind of have a cute face or whatever, right? But I really got bars for real. And I came down here, and somebody seen my raps online. You know, no one knew who I was. I just showed them my little Instagram. I showed them my raps online. And they said, hey, can you do that on stage right now? And I said, yeah, I sure can. And I got on stage in Orlando. And ever since then, Orlando really been rocking with me, man. It was that moment that I felt like, you know what, I could probably do this for real. And here I am talking to you. I hope that wasn't too long.
No, that wasn't too long at all. Actually, that's an amazing story. So, how long would you say that you've been pursuing it?
10 years. 10 years professionally. You know, I went to college, right? I was going to be playing football over there in East Carolina, back in North Carolina, where, you know, and I just decided to turn to the beats because the beats gave me comfort while I was going through all that craziness of the college life, you know what I'm saying? You know, because mama raised me right, papa raised me right, you know, so seeing all of that, I'm like, dang, I got to focus on something. So I took it seriously. I stopped all the distractions and focused on music 10 years ago. Okay. One of the hardest decisions I've ever made because, you know, everybody's rapping. That don't sound cooler than college student. College student, now I'm a rapper trying to make it. It was a rough few years. I have to be nice. Otherwise, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely get it. Now, when it comes to your style and your music, being that you have a Florida influence, being that you have a Carolina influence, what can people expect when they hear the music of Adrian Sky?
Like if you was going to dance to a J. Cole record, you know, like if Childish Gambino and Big Sean had a child, right, and he grew up listening to Eminem, that's what you can expect when you listen to my music. In other words, very eclectic sounds, you know, but expect bars, expect real cadences, expect real entertaining flows. My music is fun to listen to, man. Even if I'm talking about some serious subjects like death, divorce, love, loss of, you know, we can still make that something we can bop to. And I got that from the 80s, you know. So I'm bringing that back, not in a new way, a new flavor. Kind of like when Teddy Riley came up with New Jack Swing. Like, this is 2021. New Jack Swing is what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Okay, no,
I always speak in metaphor.
I can definitely dig it. Now, I have to ask, because every artist you mentioned, Childish Gambino, J. Cole, man, all those artists are very lyric heavy. So is it fair to say that you're also lyric heavy and that lyrics are very important to you?
Yes, they are. They are. However, I will say this. I think the game got lyrics and effective music misconstrued, because one of the greatest lyricists there is probably Lupe Fiasco, in my opinion, right? But Lupe Fiasco at 2 a.m. in the club where stuffs are effective, you know, that doesn't play. So you have to be able to learn how to balance your personal taste from your professional taste, if you dig what I'm saying. Personally, I'm a boom bap rapper, rap with the best of them. Professionally, we have to chart on Billboard. I have come up with a way to fuse the two together so the people who love bars can still rock with this new sound. Does that make sense?
It makes all the sense in the world. At this point in your career, how have people adapted to your music?
Honestly, man, I just left New York. I've been in New York for the first time. You know, shout out Soundcheck Promo, SB Global. I was working with Bill Carter up there. We were working on an album together. So it was cool to go to the little, you know, the Rock Nation building and play stuff on. It was a really good. They're receiving it really well. They're really receiving it. And it comes to a point to where you think you can do this, you think you can be a rapper, and then you put it out, and then people start hitting you up, and you don't really believe it until now you're in New York. And now there's a billboard of your album on New York, right on Broadway. When you have that moment, you're like, dang, I'm here. You better have the bars ready now. You've been practicing for 10 years. You better be ready.
Yeah, that's right. Definitely.
That's how I feel.
10 years, you better be ready. Man, what's it like seeing that massive billboard?
It was crazy. It was crazy because I never even been to New York before. You feel me? Never even been. And the first time I go, that's a hell of a head start for your first trip to New York. That's a big head start, man, to be where it all started. You know, back where this whole hip-hop thing actually started. I've seen people breakdancing on the street. I really fell in love with it. We was hanging in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Manhattan too, but Brooklyn too, man. It's like, I can breakdance for real. I want to get out there and windmill and all that stuff with them, because that's hip-hop for real. That's the essence. That's the essence. That's what I am. I am what is called a classically trained rapper. So I grew up listening to Molly Mall, KRS-One, from my dad on long road trips, right? Lottie Dottie. I can recite Lottie Dottie word for word right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the age that I am. So now we can bring that into this new flavor and create something that will save hip-hop. Will do it. That's me.
Okay, no doubt, no doubt. All right, man, tell me about your partnership with SB Global and how that all transpired.
So SB Global is a great man. I tell you what, that is probably the greatest man I've ever nuts. He's the type of man that'll pull over and help you if you're just not looking good on the side of the road kind of thing. He's got multiple businesses. One of them was a medical dispensary kind of business. And I was going over there to try to get some help for my mental disorders and stuff. And I took a picture of his car. He had the i8 way up there. And I took a picture of it, sent him my Instagram, and then he saw my Instagram, Adrian Sky. If you just type in, you'll see what he saw. And he said, yo, come back here right now. And I came back over to him. I said, yes, sir. And he said, this is you rapping? And I said, yeah. He said, can you do that right now? I'm like, yeah. I did whatever I needed to do. And he was like, call me. We're going to do a record label. I'm putting you on. We're going to make this happen. I said, really? Yeah, all right. So I went to work, and he came through on his side. And it was just one of those match made in heaven sort of situations, because really I was thinking about giving up the whole thing before I bumped into the dude. I've been at it for 10 years. You know what I mean? So I bumped into him. I said, yeah, I'm the best rapper there is. Trust me on this. And he believed in me, and we're on the radio now. That was in January of this year.
All right, man, this sounds like a movie. It sounds like a dream. Did you honestly believe him when he said, hey, man, I'm putting together a label and I want to put you on? Did you believe him, or did you think it was a joke?
No, I didn't believe it, bro. I was supposed to be on Rhythm and Flow last year. I was supposed to be on Sign the year before that. There was so many times I was on tour with Ross and Future and all this stuff my whole life. I was always this close to somebody saying, yeah, I got you. I'm going to put you on. That's just something you hear as a real artist who's like really having to do it themselves kind of thing. You always, man, you don't even know if you're eating tonight, but you go into this showcase because maybe somebody's going to be there, right? And it never works out. It never works out. So, no, I didn't believe him. But I was at such a low point in my life. Why not believe him? Why not go back in the studio? It's in your room. It's in your bedroom. You might as well. It's right there. You know you're the best rapper there is. Do it. Just one more time. Just do it. And so I made a whole album. It's called Awaiting Departure. I literally made that right here where I'm standing right now. And that, with his help, got us all the way into Rock Nation's building 3 days ago in New York. So I'm blessed, to say less. I'm going to fast forward the tape, but yeah, I'm blessed, man, because this is like a movie. It really is. Bro, as I'm talking to you, XL, bro, I'm sitting here with 30,000 on my neck right now. A chain from Johnny Dang. And my wrist is crazy. And it's like, I don't necessarily care about the materialistic things. I've been broke for so long. It's like, man, wow, you did it. Now you better be able to rap, because you made somebody believe in you this much. You better be able to rap. So that's the point that I'm at.
All right. Let's talk about this partnership between SB Global, Adrian Sky, and music executive Rail Carter, nephew of Jay-Z, for those who might not know. Let's talk about how you guys were able to put this together in a short amount of time and get a distribution situation with Rock Nation Equities Distribution.
From that time that SB, we ran into each other and we created this album or whatever, we started figuring out what to do next with this situation. What do we do next? And we heard that Rel and Devin White, they were coming down to do something called the Culture Tour down in Orlando. And me and SB was like, well, why don't we show up? Who knows what might happen? Let's just show up. We don't, let's see. All we had was a dream and a freaking mixtape in our pocket. That's all we had. And we, everybody was coming up to meet Rel, and they just seemed like superstars, right? And me and SB were like, well, here we go. And we did our handshake and we went over there, and we played this song called Catch a Body, which was my song. And it's just the one we decided we were going to play that day. We were like, you know what, let's do that one. And I'll fast forward the tape on that. Devin heard the record, and pretty much stopped everything. He was like, hey, who are y'all? Come over here. And immediately they just decided we was going to team up right now. They were like, how many more records you got? And I'm like, I got a lot more of these. It's like fast forward to tape. We in the studio in Miami. Rel's there, Devin's there, and we're working on crazy new. We're like, let's just do a whole album. So that's where it came. That's how the partnership came about. Like, it was just really like a lightning match. Because it may not have happened if we didn't decide to go down to this culture tour. We were going to go out to LA. And we said, let's just wait and let's do this one. Sure enough, it was like the perfect meeting. So I'm just trusting God on this one, man. I would love to give you like a cool blueprint, but we didn't plan this. This just happened.
Hey, some of the best executed plans are the plans that didn't have a plan. The name, Adrian Sky. Tell me a little bit about the name. That is a really dope name.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I want to give proper credits where they're due. I guess I can name. Yeah, I don't think he minds. So Andre Merritt is a Grammy Award-winning songwriter producer out in LA, right? And I was on the phone with him, and he was talking. He had this metaphor where he was an eagle. Because if you're an eagle, you can fly higher than the rest, right? They breathe differently. They take one breath and just hold their breath and just glide higher than other birds can fly, sort of thing. And he said, Adrian, you belong up here in the sky with me. You're a hawk right now. I'm going to teach you how to be an eagle. And I said, yeah, I'm going to be Adrian Sky, right? That's what we is, Adrian Sky. And he was like, yeah, that works. Then I run into SB Global, and his tagline is, the sky is not the limit. Cannot make that up. He had that before I met him. And I said, yeah. SB Global Stars, and I said, oh, my name's Adrian Sky. And we just called her, looked at each other, yep, we're doing this. It was, I'm telling you, a match made in heaven. I don't even know where it came up. I don't even know. But that's my name. And it has a metaphor because I'm rapping about Jesus and the music. So the sky is not the limit. But we'll talk about that later. If you listen to the album, it's super plugged in there for sure.
Okay. All right. Let's talk a little bit about the project Awaiting Departure. Tell me a little bit about it, how much time went into it, and just what was your final feelings at the completion of it?
I would say that 10 years went into Awaiting Departure, right? Just because it was my debut, EP. I made little EPs myself, just learning how to create one. I call that absolute dopamine, just me just going nuts, right? But Awaiting Departure was the one that I was waiting my whole life to do, right? To be in the sky, flying planes, right? Adrian Sky, I'm afraid not, but I go into it. That's 10 years. And it was made in a garage, my personal garage. I decked it out with acoustic foam and certain types of microphones, and I'm a real audio engineer at heart, right? So I knew how to engineer my own album. So we really engineered the whole thing in the garage, and then we sent it out. Maybe took a month straight of me not eating and just sleeping in that garage and waking up, getting back to the song that I passed out making the night before. And we probably made 45, so we're talking 2 a day. And we just narrowed it down to 12 records. And the best 12, we just put them out, called Awaiting Departure. And Rel Carter was like, I'm going to give you the alley-oop on this. This is fire. So then he wanted to present the album.
Okay.
And it just jumped like that.
All right. Now, you've mentioned your Instagram a couple times. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of social media and the World Wide Web and how it has affected your career.
Well, I wouldn't be here without it, without Instagram, without Devon Terrell teaching me and showing me the way, without Childish Gambino. He has a whole album called Because of the Internet, Nobody would know who I was if I didn't put myself out there on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that. I saw someone else doing it and thought, man, I could probably do that too. I learned everything I know from YouTube. I didn't go to school for none of this. So in the age of information being so readily available, it's like there's no excuse for you not to follow your dream if you really want to do that. You can learn how to do it. I did. You know, I learned social media marketing, and then I generated, it's not crazy, but like 25,000 followers just from posting every day and following what was kind of popular and jumping on that and being is good or better, shareable. That's the only reason this is even possible, is because I was brave enough to put myself out there like that. So if you're listening, man, and you fire, just put it out, man. Film yourself and put it out, man. You literally could be right here in a month. For 3 months, I guess is how long we've been doing this, right? But you could be right there, all because of social media, all because of that.
All right. You mentioned mental health. How much about your personal mental health will we hear in Awaiting Departure?
I have a song called, you'll hear it all. Actually, you'll hear the whole way, because I have a song that's very happy, like no one else. I don't know how to be no one else, right? And then you have a song called Scared, where I'm afraid to change. So one side is high, one side is very low, right? And it's actually really an emotional song. You have songs like Why You Took My Son, where I'm angry at God almost, right? It's very, very emotional. And then you have songs like Drown that are very, very happy. So I'm painting two sides to you. In the middle of that album is a song called Bipolar, because I was diagnosed with manic depressive bipolar 2. The same thing that Kanye West has, right?
Okay.
And when I got diagnosed with that 2 years ago, it almost made me stop rapping completely, because I'm thinking, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see me with a lot of energy. Everyone says, I love your energy. I love your energy. And I'm like, dang, they love it. Turns out the whole time, I was manic as heck. I was in a manic state. You know, I just learned to turn my, for lack of a better word, craziness into something that is incredibly musical and entertaining. You know, I didn't know I was going nuts the whole time. I didn't know that. But then, one day I just had a snap, a real snap. I ended up upstate, like for real, like, Baker acted sort of thing. Mental hospital sort of thing. Went twice. This is all before I met SB. You know what I'm saying? He met me after I got out of that, trying to figure out if I'm going to still rap or not, after I done been through so much. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, let's just give it one more shot. Let's just see, you're dope. And now here I am. But now that I've gone through that, there's no way I'm not going to talk about it. Because there's a lot of kids like me out there that go through some kind of mental health and they feel like giving up because they feel broken. So they can't really achieve the things they want because they're broken, and they have to take pills every day at the right time every day just to be normal. I'm saying, bro, look at me. Because, heck, so of course there's a song called Bipolar right in the middle of the song, and you'll hear the whole thing about how I don't even know what it is. I want to perform it right now, honestly, but I'm not in the station with you right now, but hopefully we send it to you so you can maybe play it.
Okay. Before I have you introduce this record, because the record I'm going to play is Catch a Body. Tell me about Catch a Body.
Okay.
Tell me about Catch a Body.
Well, when you hear Catch a Body, the terminology, the first thing that comes to your mind is probably something pretty violent, I would imagine, right?
Correct.
Right. Not violence. When I think of the term catch a body, I think about when you go up to the church, sometimes there's an altar call. You come up to the altar to meet Jesus or something like that. Then the pastor will do something where he puts his hand on you, blowing, whatever he would do, right? And then the people would fall out sometimes. If the spirit was there, people would fall out. Right? And then the usher, people say I kind of look like Usher, right? So in the church, I would go up and, as the usher, go up and catch the bodies.
90 seconds.
So catch a body is really about catching the ones who are lost. But, you have to put it in a hard way because professionally, drill music is the hottest stuff out right now. But I'm not going to let that stop me from giving glory to where I need to, because I wouldn't be here if not. You dig it? So the hook is, I want to catch a body, run up, I want to catch everybody, run to the stage and they call it out.
Seconds.
They know your name when they call it out. You know you sin and you need it. I'm finna send them to Jesus. Spiritual block for the Jesus. I'm spinning your block every weekend, because every Sunday you come back to church.
All right.
That's what it's about. But it's hard, boy. When you hear it, it's hard.
That's dope.
So, you know, people hear it and they don't even think they listening to what they listening to. And that's programming, you know that happens. So we're going to fight back the same way. That's
right.
what we're doing.
All right, so
If you know, you know.
Mr. Sky, it's been a pleasure talking to you for these past 30 minutes. Let me tell you what I need you to do. I want you to first tell everyone how they can check out this amazing project, Awaiting
10
Departure,
seconds.
how they can find you on the World Wide Web, and then I want you to end us off by introducing Catch a Body to the world.
Absolutely. Okay. So my name is Adrian Sky. That's Adrian with an I-A-N and then Sky. Just look up S-K-Y. Adrian Sky. If you type that on Google or anywhere, it should pop up. But if you have trouble, it's sb.adriansky on Instagram. I still control my Instagram, so if you hit me there, I will hit you back. Awaiting Departure is the album we're promoting right now. We actually just made that, and it is available just about everywhere. If you have Spotify or Apple Music or Instagram or Facebook or YouTube, if you just type in Awaiting Departure, it should come up. Awaiting Departure, Adrian Sky, presented by Rail Carter by SB Global. There's a picture of me. It's just sitting down with like the Matrix stuff. You can't miss it. And the first song on that is Drown. Run that one up. And Catch a Body. Run that one up. Adrian Sky, everywhere it'll come up. Shout out to EQ Distro and Soundcheck Promo for setting it up, baby. We on top. I'm hyped. I'm hyped, bro. I'm hyped.